Back to you, our viewers. Still with us, as Simon mentioned earlier, that our topic is the good listener skills, not the good, the ones who just hear you without listening to you. There's a big difference, and we'll get to know about the difference with Mr. Anwar Al-Nakhli, the Business Development Manager. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's a pleasure having you again after a long time with us in the Saudi Morning Show, as our topic regarding the listener skills and how to be a good listener. Nowadays, some people cannot differentiate between the hearing and listening. Hearing in general, listening in particular, especially with the new media and the new technologies.
Absolutely.
Where someone's busy with his phone, acting if he's listening, but he's just hearing. So let's start to know about listening and hearing.
True. You just reminded me about something happened to me this morning, actually, while I was at work. So one of my colleagues, I was just talking to him, and as you were just mentioning about the social media, we were in a serious discussion about taking a decision. So he was totally out of the picture, out of the discussions. So then I was like, you know what, you should watch the watch today in the program. It's annoying. It is annoying not to give attention to the people who are talking, and this is what really we're seeing.
And this is an issue.
A lot of distracting.
So I think the only person that we cannot maybe easily tolerate, but we have to tolerate, would be our manager, let's say. So if somebody goes at a workplace to his manager and he's speaking to the manager, and the manager is scrolling through the meeting's agenda or something, but that is a situation everybody has to deal with. So we're passing into where you don't have a choice.
No, but
generally,
even though some people actually who's doing that, they really, even if they're busy, they pay the attention.
Yeah.
Their ears are open to your mouth, even though they're busy. But you know, I think to some people it shows that it's disrespectful.
By the way, a lot of the times it has been proven that successful people are more good at multitasking than normal other people.
Under pressure.
Yes, so they just develop those skills. But generally, there are a lot of the people who insist to have the eye contact. So if somebody is talking to you,
it is important.
In order to make them feel that they are being listened to, not just heard, that you would make an eye contact. Is it something significant? It
is absolutely. That's, you know, at least it gave the other part who's talking to you, it will give, first of all, it give them comfortable that somebody is listening to me. So then he can go on the speech. But imagine if you are there on a stage giving some speech, people, they are busy texting, reading, so you will feel that's uncomfortable. So then you will not continue the speech or your presentation.
And this is an issue, as Simon just mentioned, not just the managers. See the parents, the managers, the wife and the husband.
This is the most, if you allow me to say, this is the most, if you look at the issues or the problems between the wife and husbands, it's because of listening. You know that, let's be more honest here. As a man, they don't like to listen.
Yeah.
Wife always talks. So you need to listen. Don't give them advice. That's our problem. We don't listen. We just give advice, but just listen to the end of the. So in some time you don't have to say anything. Just focus.
Is the
just
challenging
listen.
part.
It is, and this is most of the issues where we're seeing today between the wife and husband. It's because of the man's generally. They don't listen, they don't focus, they just want to give advice. If the wife comes and say, okay, what do you think, this is, or something happened to me, you don't want to listen to the story, you just want to go to the conclusion.
Solution.
This is the solution, this is, and sometimes, women, they don't want to listen to the advice, they don't want to hear an opinion, they just want you to listen.
Yeah.
That's really, really very, very important.
I think, and this is the reason that we are having a bigger culture of people going to therapists as well, because they are lacking the people in their lives who would really listen to them, and hence they are willing to go to a total stranger and unravel all possible details about themselves just because they want to be heard.
Absolutely, that's why you see people, when they talk to a stranger, they feel more comfortable.
Certainly.
So listening is an important thing in the arguments.
It is.
Not just in the basic life.
And that's why, if you see most of the guys, when they start arguments, nobody's listening.
Yeah.
Both are talking, nobody's listening, no conclusions.
Especially in maybe the Arabian culture.
It is in the
everyone,
culture.
not
yeah.
just the Arabian, the Eastern culture in
Eastern,
general,
true.
where everyone's speaking louder than the
Yeah,
other.
true.
Just to make
Just
him
go
listen.
by the voice.
Force him to listen.
Forced by the voice, yeah.
Yeah, force him to listen to what he's saying. But listening with open heart, open mind, what do we mean by this?
It's a focus. Just when I listen to you, I'm giving you all my attention. I'm giving you all my focus. That's, in other words, I'm yours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually...
So 100%.
It is 100. It should be 100%. That's why you really feel even to give the people the comfortable, to give them like, to at least that they can go on for the talking. Just you have to give all your, not even your heart or ears, all your mind to that person while they speak.
Indeed. Now, what? Let's say, if we talk about the good side of it, in order to get people to listen to the others, how is it that people who are good listeners could benefit by listening to the others?
That's a great question. First one, I think, patient. You develop your patience, so you'll be more patient person while listening, hearing others. So you'll be more patient. That's, I think, one of the toughest, I would say, that's advantage good listener they will take. And also you will be more appreciated, so people, they really like you. You will get more, you will become like your friends. They will treat you, you will be more company. Yeah, you will get more company, so people, they know if they talk to you, oh, this guy, he's a good listener, so when you have an issue, I will just go to this guy. So you will end up have a lot of secrets. Absolutely, yeah. And this is a good point, yeah. This is a good point where you
sometimes you don't want to hold that secret.
No, just in case if you need it one day. So that's why.
But how is it? I mean, for instance, to be a good listener, do we need to be a dumb listener who's just listening,
yeah.
and no response?
No, yeah, of course, no, not that. Of course, it can be. Just imagine that. Okay, if that's the case, then I will just talk to the chair, or talk to, like, for example.
Yeah.
But no, you have to give you show that to the people that you're listening to them.
There are listeners who would listen to you and they give you constantly their eye contact. There are listeners who would be,
yeah,
or
true.
some kind of sounds that they are making.
That's a sign, actually, that's a sign for that person. Okay, please. Finish off. Just wrap it off. No, but at least, you just give them the attention. You're following what they're saying. Imagine you put yourself in their places. So you don't want people to ignore you. You don't want people just for the sake of listening, just while hearing you. No, at least, but don't give advice. Don't give opinion. Don't give solutions. Just okay, I'm listening. Yes, okay. Just just go by the sequence of
so once you are speaking, you don't want to have the feeling that you are someone like a radio.
Oh, absolutely, of course.
That is played in the back of someone, and it's just hearing you without listening.
It's not about only hearing, but you have to give that person, okay, not only my mind, not only my ears, even my mind, my heart, my eyes, everything is with you.
So listening is a habit that we could develop in schools, starting from the first
work,
grades.
at home, mostly at home. That's really, that's from where it starts.
The main stage.
That's the main stage.
So in the school, the good listeners are the good students?
Yes.
Or
I would no, not necessarily, but if you listen, then you will be more. You will get the lesson. You will get
and the good results. So not just listening, also studying after listening.
It cannot be if you're just listening without studying.
And
now, there are a lot of the skills that we are born with, and there are skills that we acquire. Is listening a skill that we can acquire?
It is. It is, absolutely. It is. I heard the story, but I'm not really sure if it's true or not. But it works to say it. The United States President Roosevelt. So one day he was walking in the streets. He was going to buy a bird, and there was a lady there. So she was saying, I don't know what to buy. I don't know which one is the good type of bird. So then he walked away. He went back to his place. Couple of days, he bought a book about all types of birds, and he sent it to her. So she got the book, and by incident, he didn't know. She was for his second election, she was the responsible for that election, and she voted for him. Why? Because there was somebody who was listening to her. It's not like, and this is also another type of listening. It's not that you need to listen to people by their talk. No, even by the actions, by all these means. It's not only by listening to people who are talking. Even you could listen to people who are not talking, and this is the most important. For those, like, for example, giving some actions like this lady, she got the book, and she was not really expecting to get that kind of book, but because of the gentleman, he was really a good listener. He bought the book and he sent it to her.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. And Mr. Anwar, as we are about to conclude our discussion, what would be your advice for people to be good listeners, and also to ignore the new technologies that are affecting us?
I think it's a challenge for this generation now with the technology, but we have to adapt with it. But even though we should not really walk away from this habit, it's a good habit. Just don't jump to the conclusion. Always don't jump to conclusion. Just listen. Even
sometimes they want to just save time.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
saving
okay.
time.
Sometimes you could save time. You could save the time, but you have to respect others. Put yourself in their places. You don't want to go to that situations.
Indeed. And Mr. Anwar Al-Nakhli, it was an absolute pleasure having you here with us. Unfortunately, it is just about the time that we really have to jump to a conclusion, because it's just about time.
And listen to the news after.
Indeed. So, well, that's all the time that we had for today's edition. We hope to have you back again with us.
Thank you so much.
And with this, it's time for myself, Saima Aziz, and Ghazi Al-Taibi, as it is just about time for us to say goodbye until we see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.